This is Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior. You're fanging and banging and watching the Nation's Network. That's right. Want some? Get some? Bad enough? Take some. Again, you're fanging and banging and you're watching the Nation Network.
Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome back to the Nation Network for Superstars of Wrestling. As we are closing in on Halloween, we wanted to bring you some of the greatest names and just some of the matches to look forward to tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot to look forward to as we are heading to Halloween, one of my favorite times of the year, but I don't have to tell you that. But we're going to see the one man who I think personifies Halloween all year long, perhaps even better than me, The Undertaker.
Indeed, The Undertaker will be in action tonight going up against the Brooklyn Brawler. As well, we're going to see the Big Boss Man, Law and Order here in the WWF.
Well, the Big Boss Man likes to consider himself the law and order. I'm not so sure about that, to be honest with you. I think he's been bending the rules just a little bit.
Not only that, but ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing superstar Billy Graham in action as he takes on the WWF Heavyweight Champion Bruno Sammartino in a non-title match as these two continue their ongoing feud.
Well, Bruno Sammartino's done a great job, in my opinion, of ducking superstar Billy Graham. Won't put the title on the line tonight. That tells me he's afraid. That tells me he knows he can't get the job done.
I don't believe any of that to be the truth. As a matter of fact, Bruno Sammartino has put the title on the line in the past against Billy Graham, and he's won each and every one of those matches. And it wouldn't be superstars if we didn't have the biggest of them all. That's right, the World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan will be in action later tonight as well. We're going to start things off just a moment from now as we're going to send you down to the ring. Introducing a brand new team here on the Nation Network and in the WWF.
Well, I can tell you right now it's going to be a tremendous opening contest. We're going to see Superfly Jimmy Snuka make his long-awaited return, joining his cousin, I believe, is the relationship with him and the Tonda Kid.
Indeed, that is the relationship. Now the question is, who are their opponents going to be? We're about to find out. I can tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing here in the WWF will be the same after seeing these two. Trust me on that one. Sending you right now to the ring, and we're going to kick this off.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I am ready for some action here tonight, and I am looking forward to this one.
We saw this Tonga Kid in recent weeks. Superfly Jimmy Snuka has not been here on the Nation Network in a number of years, but makes his return here tonight.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 470 pounds.
Well, these two Fijian, I suppose they're both from Fiji, are they not?
I believe they are. And we're about to find out who their opposition is. Making their debut here in the World Wrestling Federation. Oh, here we go.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 575 pounds. The Nasty Boys.
That's Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sags. They are the Nasty Boys, and believe me when I tell you they're going to live up to that name.
No doubt about it, ladies and gentlemen. I've heard a lot about these two men, and now they're here in the World Wrestling Federation, and the tag team picture here just keeps on getting bigger and better each and every week.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of teams joining forces here in the World Wrestling Federation as of late. We saw the Young Stallions not too long ago. Of course, the Hart Foundation recently took the tag team titles away from the Samoan Dynasty. They're still hanging around as well. Got Demolition in here as well now. I'll tell you what, If you're a tag team, here's the place to prove yourself.
Couldn't have said it any better. It is going to be an incredible opening contest. I'm tell you what, I am very much anxiously looking forward to this one. Bell's about to sound and action underway. Here we go.
Well, I can tell you something right now. If I'm the Nasty Boys in particular, I'm a little bit concerned about this match because, number one, you are going up against a couple of guys. This is not a job squad. These are a couple of dudes that are more than capable of winning big matches. But you've also got the most controversial referee in the business, in my opinion.
Come on now, Jess. Enough about the referee already.
No. She's got a proven track record of failure. Just take a look at what happened at Madison Square Garden.
Well, indeed, that was not exactly the best night when it came to officiating. A lot of controversy in that one as the Tonga Kid tagged in. Now goes straight after Knobs and now sags back in. Hits him with a neck breaker. Perhaps a mistake right there by the Tonga Kid, turning his attention to the man on the apron.
Do you think? Who's going to hurt you, the guy outside the ring or the guy inside the ring? Of course you don't turn your back on your opponent. That's like rule number one.
Another tag made, and now Knobs back into the match. These Nasty Boys come here with one heck of a reputation. Belly-to-belly suplex, nicely done by the Tonga Kid, and he gets a 1 count. Look at this Tonga Kid has been very impressive over the last few weeks.
Well, it's the first time we're getting to look at him as a tag team wrestler. We'll see how much that translates over. But, of course, he's in there with a blood relative in Superfly Jimmy Snuka, so that makes it perhaps a little bit better. I don't know. Time will tell.
Snuka now attacking the left knee of Knobs, and Knobs kicking off, and Superfly goes flying to the canvas. Jimmy Snuka, a high-risk daredevil performer if ever there was one. He will go to that top rope. Headbutt, and that connects. Knobs in trouble right now. Superfly to the ropes, back out front, knee lift into a neck breaker. What a combination that was.
Can you imagine right now the Nasty Boys? I believe they've got a little bit more pressure on them right now.
2 count almost got them, and how do you feel? What makes you think that they've got more pressure?
Well, both of these teams are making their debut here tonight as tag teams. I'll say that much. But I think for the Nasty Boys, they really need to come out and make a statement and get a big win over a team like this one right here, the Fijian Connection.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka just went flying through the ropes. And Knobs is wiped out here on the floor. Fans, remind you to make sure you subscribe to the World Wrestling Federation magazine. See some of the fans in ringside attendance. You can get exclusive behind-the-scenes information that you won't get anywhere else.
Yeah, you get a hell of a discount, too, if you go into the yearly subscription. Better than the newsstand price, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. Knobs now getting the upper hand finally on Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Looked like he was going to make the tag and then turned away. And now focusing on the Tonga Kid. Hammering away on the chest of the Tonga Kid.
And Superfly Jimmy Snuka just sitting back there watching it happen. I tell you what, with friends like that, who needs enemas?
Knobs dragging himself across the ring. There's a tag made. Sags now tying it up. with Superfly. Jimmy Snuka dropping him head first. And now Snuka hooking a leg. Only going to get the 1 count. Get a look at the fans here in attendance. They are on their feet. They're not sitting down for this one. What a way to kick things off on Superstars of Wrestling. Saturday Morning Wrestling at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Scoop and a slam, down he goes. And now Knobs circling the ring. Rake of the back, and now let's see what's happening here. Snuka walks right into a big boot.
Well, I'll tell you right now one thing about Sags and Knobs. These are a couple of bad boys from New York City. They will rumble with you no matter what style you want, but they're not here to wrestle you. They will absolutely beat you up.
Indeed, this could be more of a mugging than a wrestling match. When you talk about a team whose reputation precedes them, look no further than the Nasty Boys. Headbutt now by the Tonga Kid, and he just hurls Sags across the floor.
You know, a lot of fans seem to think that because there's mats outside the floor, it doesn't hurt when you land on them. I'm here to tell you those mats are about 1.5 inches thick, and they don't do a whole lot of anything. I'm not even sure why they're down there.
Oh, look at this. Busted open after the headbutt. He is hemorrhaging. Tonga Kid. There's that tornado pile driver we've seen out of him in the past. Looks like this match could be over. Save made.
Well, if it weren't for Brian Knobs getting in there and making the save, this match would be over.
Tonga Kid follows up with a big flying headbutt. And another one. The hell was that?
Well, it's trick or treat. That was a trick.
Big right hand. 2K always able to pull one out the ass. Sags making a much needed tag, and now Brian Knobs into the match. Nasty Boys not coming out too good thus far in the match.
Well, again, I mean, it's their debut match here in the WWF. Perhaps there's a bit of a case of butterflies, although I highly doubt it, knowing these two dudes and their reputation. But hell, the match isn't over yet. We've seen some major comebacks in the past.
That blood really streaming down the side of the face of Sags, who's now the legal man in. Double back body drop, and Tonga Kid goes for the ride. Makes a 10 to Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. And Snuka with a shot upside the head.
Knobs watching around as he is being, oh, look at this.
Snuka went for the big move, and he overshot his target. Sags going to work on the Tonga Kid once again, and he's not the legal man in the match. Boy, I'll tell you, the referee's got to keep an eye on that wound, because that blood could be affecting his vision, and at that point in time, it's the referee's job to protect the wrestler, sometimes just from themselves.
Yeah, but when you're talking about the referee doing their job, take a look at who's wearing the stripes right now.
Running power slam, and now could it be a big win? Oh, the Nasty Boys almost got one there. Knobs on the top rope. What's he going to do? Oh, he decides differently. And again, focusing his attention on the Tonga Kid, who just rocked him with a forearm. Nasty Boys struggling right now, but they're starting to make a comeback in this match, but they've got a long way to go.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. These are a couple of dudes with one or two big moves that could turn the entire complexion of the match around.
Well, indeed, that is a possibility. We'll have to wait and see if it's something that actually happens or not. Oh, he got caught.
Now what the hell was that all about?
Well, Tonga Kid didn't want Knobs going up to the top rope to go after Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah, but he's allowed to. It's part of the rules of the match. You're allowed to go to the top rope. If they didn't do that, then the Fijian Connection wouldn't have a chance at all, would they?
Knobs right now really taking his time about things. I'm not sure that's in his best interest as Superfly Jimmy Snuka slowly getting back to his feet. Knobs has him up. Snuka out the back door, Russian leg sweep.
Shouldn't that be a Fijian leg sweep? He's not from Russia. I don't think he's ever been to Russia.
Drops throat first across the top rope, and now Snuka making the tag to the Tonga Kid. Knobs not even aware. He turns around. Almost caught the big kick to the head. And now Knobs on the top rope. Went for the elbow. Nobody was home.
Well, right now, both of these men are missing some big moves and opportunities, and it's going back and forth. Question right now is, will one of them finally get to connect?
Back into the corner he goes, and there's a tag made once again. Knobs and Sags doing a very good job of working as a tandem.
Well, that shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. These two dudes have been around the block, and they know exactly how to take care of business.
Big elbows right now by Sags, raining down on the Tonga Kid. Ties up once again, and now what's he going to do with him? Brings him over to the corner, head first. Oh, and look at this, Knobs getting a sucker shot in.
Well, that's why you want to cut the ring in half. If you're the Tonga Kid, you're in the wrong half.
Goes for the cover, got two, he got three. It's a big victory for the Nasty Boys here tonight.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but who am I kidding? Of course I want to tell you I told you so, because I'm the man who calls it like it is. I told you the Nasty Boys were going to be victorious, and they were.
I'm not so sure that you were certain about the win. However, the Nasty Boys did pick up the victory here in their debut, and a very impressive one at that. They paid a price, however, you see the battle scars.
Nobody worries about that after a W. All the pain and agony goes away.
We're going to go away as well for a moment. We'll be back with more Superstars here on the Nation Network.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the Nation Network. While you're at it, why don't you check out our sister channel, All Night Gaming. A little bit of everything from old school to new school. Once the final bell rings, jump over to All Night Gaming and join us where the fun never ends.
All right, fans, we are back. The Big Boss Man is in the ring waiting for his opponent to come on down.
What are you, Bob Barker now? Come on down. What is that all about? Wait just a moment.
Paul Roma. That was Paul Roma. And that's Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff just took out Paul Roma. Now he wants the Big Boss Man.
Well, the Boss Man probably not going to be too happy about this one. Referee calls for the bell, and the Bossman looking to inflict some justice right now on Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Orndorff battling his way back right now, and I'll tell you one thing about Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. He's nobody's fool.
Indeed. As Orndorff now putting the boots to the big boss man, and he doesn't seem to be too happy about things. Orndorff just driving the boss man head first into the mat. He's doing a number on him.
You'd almost think Orndorff had spent some time in the Cobb County Correction Facility. He's really beating on him.
Blood streaming down the head now, the big boss man, who is rammed into the steel post. Oh my goodness, did you see his head bounce off of that thing? And now what is Orndorff doing? He's got a steel chair.
He might be trying to pile drive him on that chair, and if he does that, it's all over.
Hit him with a devastating neck breaker now, did Orndorff. Mr. Wonderful wants him back up on his feet. Boss man, once again, this is not the match he was anticipating. Oh, there's another big neck breaker. And Orndorff right back out for more.
Now he's jaw-jacking with some of the ringside folks here, and I kind of like it this time because he's dominating the match right now. He can afford to do something like that, and he knows it.
He continues to work on the neck of the big boss man. How much more do you think he can take?
Probably not all that much, and there's another one. He's really going to that hole.
Big boss man is in trouble. He's going to need some assistance if this continues. Into the guardrail. And Orndorff right back outside again. The boss man caught him on a clothesline, and now Mr. Wonderful.
Well, these two dudes going back and forth right now, and the boss man, a bloody mess, bringing him back into the ring.
Orndorff got caught and stuffed by the boss man. Big boss man now driving all that weight into the lower back of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, making his long anticipated return here to the Nation Network. Big splash by the boss man. Will that be enough?
Well, we'll never know because he didn't even try to put him away.
Spine buster, and that one might put him away. Shoulders are down. He got up. No.
No, he did not. The shoulders right back up, and now Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff is in the whole world in trouble as the big boss man continues to just eradicate Mr. Wonderful.
Boss man again, to the ropes he goes. Big splash right in the middle of the ring, and if you're Paul Orndorff, you better figure out something and do it quickly. Boss man had him tied up. Orndorff going to work. Back elbow. What's he doing now outside the ring? Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff with a steel chair. He will get disqualified.
Well, he might, but it all depends now, don't it?
Referee better watch out that he doesn't get caught up in the mix. To the ropes, back out front. Big back elbow. And Orndorff in trouble as the big boss man going to the top rope.
my goodness! That was like a 747 falling out of the sky, I'll tell you right now. Orndorff firing back. What in the world has gotten into Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff? He was not even supposed to be involved in this match. Paul Orndorff has got now the big boss man. Oh, that chair getting in there. Looks like it might have caught him in the shin. Boss man sends him into the turnbuckle, follows him up, and what a squash that was. Cover and hooks the leg on Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Will that be enough to get the win? He almost got him. Another close call right there, and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff's going to have to figure something out this time, because the boss man has definitely got his second win, and that's a bad place to be if you're Paul Orndorff.
Boss man now going from head to toe, working the lower body now. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, and again, trying desperately to put him away. Neck breaker, nicely done by Mr. Wonderful. And Orndorff again with that steel chair.
He seems hell-bent and determined on using that chair one way or another here tonight. Will he do it? We'll find out.
Boss man's got to come out there and meet Mr. Wonderful ringside. And now that steel guardrail coming into play. What's he going to do? Oh, my goodness. Orndorff. He wants the big boss man up. Oh, the boss man ducks it out and comes up with a big boot of his own.
Follows it up with a big headbutt. Now the big boss man is back in control. I'm not even sure how he's ever got to that point, because Orndorff was doing a hell of a number on him right from the start in this one.
Oh, my goodness, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. No, don't do this. Oh, no, no, no. Pile driver on the steel chair. He's out.
He's out is right, and there's no way he's going to get back up after that one.
We're going to need the doctors down the ringside right away. He has been injured, seriously injured, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that one, that pile driver right on top of the steel chair on the concrete floor. He's out.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, the medical team is right now attending to the big boss man. That was absolutely incredible what we just saw from Mr. Wonderful. We're gonna step away for a moment. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
It's not WrestleFest on the arcade. It's not WrestleMania on the NES. It's not No Mercy on the N64. It's just a gunshot away from those fine retro games on Project 64. Retextured, remodeled, right on your home PC. I'm aboard, but watch your step. It's the all-new WWF Legends Challenge 64!
All right, fans, we were able to see the big boss man on his knees towards the end, but we're still not sure what level of damage may have been done. He was not able to get out under his own power, had to have assistance by the medical team. We will give you updates as they come in. Of course, we all hope for the very best for the big boss man following that attack by Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, who wasn't even supposed to be his opponent.
And his opponent from Death Valley, weighing in at 309 pounds, The Undertaker.
Well, as we turn the page to the next matchup right now, we talk about Happy Halloween. Well, here's the man who represents everything about the dark side of The Undertaker. His mere presence here in the arena sends a chill through the bones.
I can attest to that one. Of all the members of the World Wrestling Federation that you could possibly run into in a dark alley, I would have to say this would be the last one I'd want.
You know what? I might actually agree with you on something for once. Hard to believe.
The Demon of Death Valley, The Undertaker. Do you think he celebrates Halloween?
Actually, I think we all celebrate his every day. For him, every day's Halloween, and we're just catching it once a year.
Talk about fire and brimstone, ladies and gentlemen. The Brooklyn Brawler will be going up against this man, and I'll tell you right now, I don't like his odds.
No, I don't like his odds either. As a matter of fact, I'd be putting all my money on The Undertaker. It would take a direct bolt of lightning, in my opinion. Hell, I'm not even sure that wouldn't just energize him more.
What an ominous presence this man is. One of the toughest superstars in the World Wrestling Federation to even attempt gaining victory over. He doesn't lose very often, and when he does, it is a big deal.
And by the exact opposite side of the coin, we've got the Brooklyn Brawler over here who doesn't win very often, and it's not a big deal when he loses.
Undertaker going to work on the Brawler right up against the ropes early on. Using those ropes to stretch out the left knee. And thus far it has been all Undertaker early on in this match.
One thing we know about The Undertaker, he's been able to summon these almost mystical forces sometimes from down below.
And get a look at this, the Brooklyn Brawler now. Getting some offense on the big man. Drop down, nicely done, and now back elbow. And the Brawler enjoying himself all but a little bit too much celebration. As The Undertaker presses him high overhead and slams him to the mat.
And I'll tell you something right now, most people will never know how difficult it is to do that. You're not looking at a barbell with evenly balanced weight. You're looking at a human being over 250 pounds moving and squirming around up there. The Undertaker just lifted him overhead as if he were nothing.
And the Brawler now having raised the ire of the dead man. On the receiving end of the punishment here ringside. You almost have to think to yourself, there's not much time left in this one for the Brooklyn Brawler.
Well, I'm surprised he's still in the match right now.
Into the ring he goes, and now, what is that? Oh, the dead man on the top rope. And a big elbow drop right to the back of the Brawler. Cover and hooks the leg. That might be all she wrote. He got him.
Well, the Undertaker not getting paid by the hour.
Indeed, making quick work of this opponent here tonight.
I guess we can get a body bag and put another one in there for the Undertaker.
Here's your winner, the Undertaker.
Tremendous victory for the dead man. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. More action coming your way here on Superstars of Wrestling, only on the Nation Network. Attention wrestling fans, if you're having a great time here on the Nation Network, then we encourage you to go visit Dre 41 right after this program. Dre 41 with some of the greatest hockey action you've ever seen, featuring games from Japan that you won't see in the United States. Whether it's professional wrestling, boxing, or just an overall good time, get spicy with Dre 41. All right, fans, we are back ready for more action. What a night it's been here at the World Wrestling Federation.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Mesa, Arizona, weighing in at 268 pounds, Superstar Billy Graham.
Superstar Billy Graham, the former WWF Heavyweight Champion, making his way down the aisle and back into the ring to go up against the reigning champion, Bruno Sammartino, in a non-title match, as we mentioned earlier on.
Well, yeah, we mentioned it earlier on, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to mention something that I mentioned earlier on as well, and that is that I believe Bruno Sammartino is ducking Superstar Billy Graham. Billy Graham has to win this match, in my opinion. It's the best chance he has at getting a mandatory return match.
265 pounds, the worldwide wrestling heavyweight champion, the first superstar, Bruno Sammartino.
Indeed, the living legend, Bruno Sammartino, proudly displayed that championship title. With an 8-year title reign, Bruno Sammartino remains the longest reigning heavyweight champion in history. Referee calls for the bell and wasting no time at all.
Well, that Italian temper of Bruno Sammartino clearly on display. He has no love lost when it comes to Superstar Billy Graham, and he is making sure everybody knows about it.
Sammartino tearing into the Superstar from the opening bell. He had stated earlier on that tonight, I just want to put him down once and for all. He knows that if he gets a decisive victory over Superstar Billy Graham tonight, that will close the chapter on this feud.
Yeah, but by the same token, Superstar Billy Graham knows that he has to come up with a big victory here tonight in order to get another title match.
And I do believe that the champion has been busted open.
Yep, it looks like I see some blood on the head of Bruno Sammartino. Hard to see where that cut actually may be, but the referee's going to have to take a look at it.
Sammartino, big mistake in his head, just hit the top of the ring post.
Now, I know it's a non-title match, but that's not an excuse for doing stupid things, and that was stupid in my opinion.
Superstar Billy Graham bouncing the head of Bruno Sammartino off the mat. And now there's that knee right into the lower back, and Bruno. We've seen this before from the Bruzzi, Italy native. When he tastes his own blood, he can fire up. And right now, Superstar Billy Graham is in direct line of that fire.
Well, Sammartino right now has things going his way, but we all know one thing about momentum. That's a pendulum that can very easily swing the other way. Now the question is, can Superstar Billy Graham make that a reality?
Overhead and a nice body slam, and Superstar Billy Graham felt all of that one. I'll tell you what, Sammartino was fired up at the beginning of the match. He's over the bear hug! Superstar Billy Graham in trouble. Referee is there to find out if he wants to give it up.
Superstar Billy Graham's going to have to find a way to weasel out of this thing. Go to the eyes is always a good way out, in my opinion. You know what I say, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Well, not when you're Bruno Sammartino, and there's a move that looks familiar.
Yeah, but he didn't apply it properly, and that's why he didn't get away with it.
Superstar Billy Graham taking the champion down. Now what is he doing? Going up to the top rope, the Superstar. And the double axe handle to the head, and Sammartino is really busted open. The blood is flowing down the face of the champion, but he continues to fight.
I'm not so sure that every time Sammartino sees his blood, he doesn't actually turn it up a notch. Superstar Billy Graham might be better getting him some bandages.
Indeed, Sammartino is definitely seeing red at the moment. Driving his knee right into the side of the temple of Superstar Billy Graham. Still to come, ladies and gentlemen. Hulk Hogan will be in action here tonight on Superstars. Look at the damage to the head of Sammartino. You'd never know it to watch him wrestling right now, though. He is still a house of fire. Oh, now it's a bear hug by Superstar Billy Graham.
Yeah, Graham's got much bigger arms, in my opinion, too, and I think he's got more strength.
It is so hard to function when you cannot inhale. Sammartino now dropping that elbow. Billy Graham caught the boot just in the nick of time. Lifted him up by the throat and just drops him down.
Superstar Billy Graham perhaps sensing that he's only a moment away. He's got the bear hug locked on him, and Sammartino's in trouble.
Both of these men trying to get the squeeze on one another. Neither's been successful as of yet. Sammartino just got slingshotted across the top rope. There's two. He got the win. Superstar Billy Graham has punched his ticket.
What a big victory for Superstar Billy Graham. He knew he needed one, and oh, now take a look at this.
Billy Graham is not done as he handles even more damage out to Bruno Sammartino. The win wasn't enough. We'll be back in a moment.
It's time to grab your popcorn and your soda. Get your favorite candy. And get ready because we are going to the movies. We're going to be watching and reviewing some of the most iconic movies featuring superstars of the world of professional wrestling. Will it be thumbs up or thumbs down? We'll give you our thoughts, you give us yours. Come check us out as we review some of the greatest titles in its genre. Make sure you check out the Nation Network as we take you to the movies.
and what a main event we've got coming your way. It's a non-title match, but it is going to be one that is going to set the WrestleVerse world on fire. Here is your World Heavyweight Champion, Hulk Hogan.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 303 pounds, the WWE Champion, the Hogan.
It was earlier this month that Hulk Hogan entered Madison Square Garden as the challenger and walked out the champion after meeting the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, you know what? You want to tell all these people that he walked in as a challenger, walked out as a champion. Why don't you tell them how he won?
Well, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, there was some controversy around that victory.
What controversy? He put his feet up on the ropes in order to secure the win. He cheated, and you just don't want to say it.
All right, he cheated. He broke the rules, but are you going to sit here and tell me the Macho Man didn't do the same thing throughout that match?
Oh, yeah, you've always got something to say about it.
Well, I got something to say about this. Look who his opponent's going to be.
From Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, Rob Van Dam.
Oh, if you want to talk about a dream match, ladies and gentlemen, this is WrestleVerse. Anyone goes.
The whole effing show, Rob Van Dam against the immortal Hulk Hogan, I suppose. In my opinion, he's the only immortal thing about him is how much he cheats. I just love the fact that nobody wants to acknowledge it around here except for me.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, despite the comments by my broadcast partner, Hulk Hogan is the reigning World Heavyweight Champion for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason he cheats.
Referees ready for action, as are the opponents, or components perhaps tonight. Rob Van Dam getting that foot up. And now Hogan sidestepping the aerial attack. Talk about the styles, Jess.
Well, I'll tell you right now, these are two very different styles. Hogan is definitely a grounded wrestler. You're not going to see him going up to the top rope or anything like that. But Rob Van Dam is a human highlight reel. He will use those ropes to his advantage all night long. He's got some great hang time. We just saw a drop kick right there by him. And he knows, hey, if I get a win over Hulk Hogan here tonight, that's going to do a lot of good for me.
Van Dam went to those ropes again, but this time Hogan was ready with a big buckshot elbow right to the head. And now the champion with a boot to the eyes.
Yeah, the champion cheating once again. Now, what did Rob Van Dam do? Show me any rules that he broke that would justify Hogan.
You know, for a man whose slogan is win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat, you seem to have a problem when Hogan does it.
I have a problem with the fact that nobody wants to acknowledge it around here other than myself.
Hogan continues the beating right now on Rob Van Dam. And oh, just a moment! The Macho Man Randy Savage! Where is he? And Van Dam with a roll-up. He's got the shoulders down.
Rob Van Dam almost pulled one out there. The music of the Macho Man hit. I'm surprised we didn't see him.
Rob Van Dam with a moonsault off the ropes and nobody home. Big boot to the head. Hogan covers. Thinks he's got him. Van Dam grabbed the ropes.
Rob Van Dam grabbed the rope, but the referee didn't see it again. Hogan just keeps getting away with it. I can't believe this.
There it was, ladies and gentlemen. To be fair, the referee was watching the shoulders, and it was a last split second that Van Dam grabbed the ropes.
You know what? I am telling you right now, this is the most tainted title run of anyone I've ever seen in the history of professional wrestling, and I will stand by that.
Have a happy Halloween, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for the WWF Superstars of Wrestling. We'll see you next Saturday for more